Hey there, everybody! Welcome to Fresh Out the Box Play City of Mist from Son of Oak Games. I am the board game guru and game master extraordinaire, Johananan.
It's me. It's me, Casualty CDG, co-host of Fresh Out the Box and Fresh Out the Podcast, as we talk about movies, streaming shows, and video games. We recently talked about The Last of Us, Creed 3, and some streaming shows that I'm super into. So check out Fresh Out the Podcast, available where all podcasts are available. But today we're playing City of Mist, and I'll be reprising my role as Tim, the toll road supervisor.
Hello, folks. It's me, Katie Downey, aka Goblin Katie, friendly neighborhood TTRPG streamer. I am also an ambassador for the Take This organization and the executive manager for Jasper's Game Day. You can find me on all the socials at Goblin Katie. And tonight I am going to be playing Bernadette, mysterious cult member.
Howdy, howdy. I am Michael Powell, and I am also freshly shaven. No more facial hair, yeah. You can find me all over the internet on my social medias, which is at Mr. Kapow. That's MrKapao. And I'm also doing a little fundraising right now. Some people convinced me for my birthday to, try to put together some money to buy a stove/grill to maybe do some cooking videos. So if we raise enough money on my Ko-fi, and yeah, we're gonna be getting some TTRPG cooking videos on my YouTube.
Food is
I play
good.
Max. Mm-hmm.
What's the first thing you're gonna cook there, buddy?
Ooh, I don't know, but I think either something sweet or something with meat.
That's almost everything.
Quarter of everything.
But yeah, no, I look for. Oh no, he died. Oh, there he is. He's coming back. Peekaboo.
Would have been hilarious if he's like, I'm gonna cook a salad. I need a grill to cook a salad, and we're all just like, wait, what? I don't think you need the
salad. Ahi tuna salad. Just saying.
Yeah, man, I would put an ahi tuna salad in my face.
And also vampire bites. Yeah. How about some sweetmeats? I've done sweetmeats before.
I do like sweetmeats. So
Delicious, tender.
we didn't play last week because of stuff, and it's not a big deal. We're back, and just so because everybody needs a reminder, last time in the City of Mist, you all infiltrated your old junior high school, found that it was guarded pretty heavily at night, came upon a secret haven beneath the library, and interrupted a cult ritual that was going on beneath there, seemingly an attempt to garner power or favor from the other side. But you stopped it. I don't think you actually killed anybody, which is exciting. But you did harm some people, mainly Angela, who you drove to the brink of sanity, and she cut her own face open. So she is there defeated in this small sea cave room with a few other of the cultists that are rocking back and forth, but they have all been subdued one way or another. And that's where we are going to pick up. Gary, Katie, Mr. Kapow, all been booned.
Hey, that's a good way to start the night.
So all you can add help hurt points wherever you please.
Sounds good.
Gonna give Maxine a little help point then.
Hey, that's what I did too.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you're all in this cave with the cult. I do believe, Katie, you volunteered to do a voiceover to give your character's mindset and set the tone for the session. Take it away now, Katie.
It's always interesting to me to see how people react in the heat of the moment. Angela doesn't make good choices. Maxine makes curious ones. I'm still not sure exactly what to think about her return. I don't trust it, especially because she seems to know so much, but won't divulge her details. Tim, still reliable after all these years. He's pretty good in a fight. I have to admit, I didn't expect that. And dear Ellen, I'm not exactly sure what the cult is going to do if they get their hands on her, but I'm sure it's nothing good. And frankly, if anybody is going to be enriched from this, it should be us. Especially after taking my sisters and attempting to use them for their own devices. I suppose there's only one way to get to the bottom of exactly what's happening here, and that involves Angela.
As we come out from that, they did take your sister. She is here as well. They were seemingly trying to see if she was compatible, if she could be used as a vessel for whatever they're trying to do, which no one's really quite sure about. But here she is. She's on her knees, holding her face. She is bleeding a good amount. Face wounds tend to bleed a lot. And she cut deep. So, but yeah, she is here.
I will go over to my sister first thing. And you said she's very injured?
No, just Angela.
Oh,
your sister's
okay.
fine. A little drained, but otherwise unharmed.
Bernadette walks over to her and places a hand on each side of her cheeks, kind of cradling her face. And she just kind of stares into her sister's eyes for a moment and then says, "Are you okay?"
I think so. You stopped them before it got too bad. I think I'll be okay. I just need to rest.
Find our sister. If you can't, go to my house. Go in the living room. It's concealed.
Okay. She'll go upstairs.
Here, wait. And Bernadette pulls out her car keys. Take my car.
She'll nod, and she'll take them, and she will disappear up the stairwell.
It's parked at the gas station, I'll say, and wink to her so none of the bad guys hear us.
Except all the bad guys, definitely.
Yeah, except all the bad guys that are just waiting, they're just listening.
None of them. The only person that's paying real close attention to the situation is Angela. The rest of them seem off in their own little worlds. But your sister will disappear up the stairs to go to the gas station to retrieve your car and leave.
Didn't one of the cultists fall off of the cliff or whatever into the ocean or something?
There is no cliff. It just the water comes right up to it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think anybody did. I think everybody just
No, he tried to.
Oh, okay.
But he was stopped by Aaron when a tentacle erupted forth from her mouth, and she played kind of tug of war. It was fun. She's also in the room, but obviously the player is not here. So
we have people to deal with, it would seem.
Refresh my memory. Weird stuff coming from the school. The school bad guys took your sister. We came down here and beat up these bad guys, and I point to the bad guys littered across the room. But now what do we do about the source of magic and the cursed items and all that?
Throwing
Max-
items away usually just results in them turning up again. Especially items that want to be found.
But it almost seems like these people are growing or testing magic items on people, making people go through the school that might have powers. We still need to stop them from picking this back up as soon as we leave. There might still be pieces to this operation, whatever this operation even is.
I guarantee there are.
Max is going to look at Angela. I'm guessing she's either sobbing in pain or she's not screaming in pain with her face being ripped off.
No, she's just sitting there on her knees, holding
Okay.
her bleeding face with one
Okay.
hand. The other half of her face is fine, and her eye is darting around the room, watching everybody.
Max is gonna be standing like next to Angela. Then, can we say that we tied them up with something?
You can tie people up if you want to. You can do that
We say we
now.
We're gonna have to. Max is gonna make sure we're gonna all tie all them up and kind of not really kick but more like shove with our foot at Angela's shoulder and goes, well, what if why don't we ask them what's going on?
No, you tie them all up. They're all just kind of they're in like a Scooby Doo reveal pile, ready for their masks to be taken off.
Bernie walks over to Angela. Are you willing to talk?
I don't know what you want me to say.
I want answers.
Well, then ask your questions.
Max is going to kind of. I guess she doesn't really bend over to talk to Angela because she's a child and all, and also know that I'm gonna know if you're lying.
I have no reason
I
to
know so.
lie.
What's the purpose of this place?
What place?
This subterranean lair under the school.
This is just one of our ritual sites. No more, no less. It helps to be close to the water.
Whose decision was it to take my sister?
I do not know which one of them gave the order.
Who told you?
A messenger. Miss
Who
White.
sent the messenger? Angela,
That,
you
that I
began
do
to
not
get-
know.
I know
began
that
to get on
messenger,
the bad side.
and I know where to find that messenger.
You do.
Oh yeah. I went undercover and worked for them one night. I know exactly where her office is.
Interesting.
As we're going along, can I use my ability to feed off anxiety and cause fear?
What do you actually want to have that do?
Basically, they're too scared to lie. Just want to make sure they're too scared to lie.
So if you want to give them fear, you have to do change the game. So make a change the game roll, and then you can use both of those as tags.
All right. See here. Fear. I'm gonna use fear. Feed off anxiety and. You know what? I think this works. For my mission, it's identify the cause. That part could this be part of it?
Sure.
It's identifying the lies, if there are any. And because I did that, and because this is a change the game, one of the improvements I got actually comes into play now. It's getting good at this. Choose a core move, change the game that best represents the most common course of action in your mission. And whenever I use it with tags from this theme, it's dynamite.
Okay, cool. You have the dynamite action. If you you have to roll a certain number, right? Like high enough.
Yeah.
No.
I
Very
have
good.
no idea what dynamite means, but yeah.
We shall go on the journey together, my friend.
Yeah.
Sally forth. Okay, an 8's not bad. You get juice. Yeah, you get the juice, essentially. You have a power of 3. So you want to make all of them fearful?
Yes.
So you can use one of the 3 juice you had to make it affect everybody, and then you can use the other 2 to give them all fear too.
That works for me.
That's cool? Alright, cool. So everyone in the room can just feel like it gets colder. The little girl seems bigger, almost. She doesn't grow or anything, but she just is more imposing all of a sudden. There's something over her shoulder. You don't see anything, but you know it's there, waiting, watching, looming.
I have to say it. There's something on your back.
Right?
Sorry.
What are you? Yeah, excellent. It's Doctor Who, if anyone cares. Alright, so. You started doing it too, huh, Michael? Alright, anyways, sorry. A hush falls over the crowd that's tied up. As they start, you can tell they're looking around, they're getting anxious. One of them was very, very far gone. One of them was not here anymore. And you see the terror well up in his eyes. The eyes of a crazy person. And he's going to start going, no, 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 no. And then he's going to begin doing something that's rather upsetting. I won't go too into it, but he starts eating his own lips. Very quickly is this man without lips. And yeah. So you just one of the 5 of those sitting there no longer have anything in front of their teeth, and their teeth are soaked in red.
You done scared the lips off that one.
Yes, you done gone scared the lips off that guy.
Max is gonna look over that guy and goes, "Well, at least he's getting his daily collagen diet."
Angela.
She also, you can see the fear in her eye, in the one eye that she has open, as she starts looking around, but she does focus on you.
Are you at the beginning of your quest or the end of it?
We're in the middle of it.
If you want to finish it and see it through to the end, I suggest you start telling us things that would be useful to us.
Well, we need the one who cast the ritual the first time from the page. I wasn't there, but we've been instructed that that's who we need. I do not know who this person is, but last I heard, they were sleeping, dormant, useless. I merely wanted to better my station, so I tried to see if your sister was compatible. I got the okay to give it a whirl. She doesn't say whirl. She doesn't say that. That was me. Whip. Yeah. So, I got the okay to give it a try.
I got the go-ahead to test my hypothesis.
I mean, that's fine.
So you decided to come after us. This was your choice.
You are my rival.
I'm not your rival, Angela. I'm your better.
She'll cast her gaze downwards. I mean, she's beaten. There's not much denying that.
You said this was a ritual site. We've got records for years dating back of you running all sorts of surveillance and tests on all these kids who've come through this school that you think might hold the key. But you also said this is only one ritual site. Are there other places like this? How many years, how many people have you done this to?
I mean, the school doesn't have much to do with it. That's not my doing. They are searching for people of certain abilities, I suppose. But no, I came in from the street. I was brought into the fold. I know of a few of these sites, but one is just like another. They're not the most significant places, but they are the places to go. Does that make sense?
So, whoever's orchestrating all this is the same person who gave you the go-ahead to abduct her sister. This all leads to the same guy, and I'm guessing Miss White knows who that guy is.
I've never met with the council. I do not know who they are.
But they're called the Council.
That's what we call them.
Well, that's a start.
What do you expect me to do with you?
I expect you're going to kill me.
Kill you? Why would I let you off that easy?
She looks a little fearful at that. Yeah, she's not sure how this is gonna go. She's a little worried.
I think you should be trying to make nice with my companions here.
What do you want?
They're going to be the ones who save you if anyone does.
What do you want me to say? I am an open book. I'll say what I have to save my life. I'm not. I mean, if it wasn't clear, I'm in this for me.
Tell me something, Angela. What were you supposed to do if it worked?
You see a bit of frustration on her face. I don't know what happens after.
You've never bothered to question it?
They won't tell us.
They won't tell you.
She'll look at you, unsure if you actually know or not.
So you're just haphazardly turning keys? You don't know what key and you don't know what door, but you're trying to unleash something? That seems dangerous.
Sure. Very dangerous. But, if you know a better way to power, please enlighten me.
I don't know, I just work at the toll road, man. I'm just saying that seems dangerous.
I mean, she'll nod agreement. Absolutely.
You guys make sure to put on gloves and goggles before you do that. You gotta wear protective gear if you're gonna be dabbling in ancient arcane secrets you know nothing about.
I would say nothing. The ritual is meant to it's meant to empower us. I know that for sure. That is the one constant of the teachings.
Empower you with, like, riches and gold and food? Or more like a mysterious ancient evil kind of way?
Unfettered power is how I would describe it.
Yeah, that sounds like mysterious ancient evil to me, alright. Again, I'm not a wizard or anything, but just based on my limited knowledge of comic books, TV shows, movies, and pop culture, I would say sounds like you might be worshiping something evil. When your bosses won't tell you what it is, and they say it's just unfettered power, you gotta wonder if you're the good guy.
I've never wondered that. She'll say that pretty bluntly.
I'm just standing there looking confused, like, wait, she doesn't want to be a good guy? What do you mean you don't want to be a good guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just blown my character's mind. He's never heard that before.
No, she's no use for it.
Max looks over at Angela and goes, "You're an idiot. Because, honestly, what you're doing is you're not going to be getting... Yeah, you're going to be empowered, all right. You're going to be empowered to become worm food at the end of the day.
When she looks at you, she's scared and all of Bernie, but when she looks at you, she's like actually very fearful. She kind of recoils from your gaze.
Max goes, "Trust me, I know this. I saw this."
What are you?
Something really should not be.
She'll just kind of stare at you wide-eyed. If you want to know anything else, feel free to ask. She is here to answer your questions. I'm not gonna make you guys do the investigation check, just because like this is kind of like your reward for beating them up.
Where can we find? Who would be the highest ranking member of the cult that I'm familiar with?
The highest ranking member of the cult that you know of, you don't really know if he's actually a part of the cult or not, but Harry Malding, the one that runs the tea import business, he is a part of things. He's definitely in charge of something. You don't think he's the head of the cult or anything.
Right.
You don't even think he's a believer necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
But he does work for them. And his lieutenant, Miss White, is the messenger that Angela referred to.
Where's Harry, Angela?
I don't know where he is right now. But all you have to do is wait for him at his warehouse. He'll be there eventually. She looks unsure, though.
What's the next step after your sacrifice? If it had gone off without a hitch.
I mean, I would be imbued with the power of God.
That's it?
Well, I mean, I would remake existence in my image, but yeah, I guess.
Wouldn't you have to split it with your bosses, though? So wouldn't each one of you only be like 1/8 of a power of a god?
Don't underestimate the things that are moving through this city, Tim. There's plenty of power.
Imagine if they all had to share Thor's hammer, though, and there was like 8 of them, and they had to just like pass it around like one at a time, because they all got power from one god. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Oh man, I'm changing this whole game now. You guys have to find the shards of Mjolnir.
Damn, that would be sick.
And Angela's Swedish now. Oh yes, you got to find the hammer pieces. I could run that game. That'd be fun.
It's less hammer, more like sharing one pair of pants.
In some sort of sisterhood. Yeah.
Yeah.
We could travel.
I mean,
We travel.
Yeah. But yeah. So she's told you a lot of what she knows. She can give you some specific. I'll say that she gives you like the boilerplate stuff, like locations that she's familiar with, that kind of stuff.
Bernie just leans forward and flicks the wound on her cheek.
So she's going to let out a hiss of pain, and then, yeah, she'll look at you sharply. And the last piece of information she could really give you is the council is 4. There are 4 heads to this cult.
She reveal who they are.
She doesn't
name
know.
and locations. Okay.
She does not know.
Whoa, that's like a Cerberus plus one more head.
Actually, Max is gonna actually kind of ask. Oh, do these council members, do they ever obviously have to gather at some point to do council stuff? They're a council.
Sure.
Do they have like some kind of Scooby Doo clubhouse or something?
I
Max, I gotta
am
look-
not invited to
You
the
know
council meetings. Yeah. Yeah, Bernie's never been to a council meeting either.
The way the organization is put together, people don't tend to know about the high-ranking individuals. That's a secret that's very jealously guarded. Their movements, their identities are not something that is passed on to the rest of us.
You know, that's crazy that they have secret meetings where everybody attends, because in my work, sometimes we have really public meetings and people still don't show up.
Don't get me started.
No, it sounds like to me like that thing that was on L's TV the other night that I was watching. We call those Scientology.
Oh, yeah, those guys are,
Scientology, please.
they're
We
hilarious.
Scruples.
Zoltan. What's his real name? Zeno? There you go.
Xenu. So, what do we want to do with them? And she's just making eye contact with Angela the whole time.
She's not holding her face at this moment, and the skin around the wounds like spreading open a bit, and it looks like her eye could fall out at any second.
Well, I guess we call 911. If they would put up more of a fight, I would have had to eat them, but now they're all just laying there and they don't even look tasty.
An idea.
The one without lips is just like biting the air.
Well, except for him. He looked tasty, but he already ate all the tasty bits.
Yeah, if I was a
know
cannibal.
how he doesn't hurt himself anymore, Tim?
We have to make sure though that we leave the island.
A different idea. I thought maybe we take them upstairs and leave them as a little gift and set off an alarm.
I do like a field trip.
Let them spend a little time in a holding cell and think about what they've done. Well, except him, he'll probably need a hospital. And she'll have to get stitches.
Yeah, he might need a psych ward. I don't know if he's ever coming back.
Max is gonna look over at Angela and goes, "Let's make sure you don't pick at it because you want it to scab over nicely."
Also, vitamin E oil. If you use vitamin E oil, that's good for the scar tissue.
You're giving them
so-
scar tissue maintenance advice?
Yeah, just being a good guy on my way out. I'll drag this pile of people that's roped up upstairs, or that's tied up. I imagine they're tied up with like extension cords and electrical cords.
Really quick, before as Tim's leading them up, Max is gonna go to each one of them, whisper something in their ears. Him and
Girl, let me
Bernadette,
whisper in your ear.
they could hear like little snippets of what Max is whispering. All they hear is something like by a car, heart attack, colon cancer, like that.
I'm going to turn to all of them once we get them upstairs and positioned. I'm going to turn to all of them so that everyone, my party, is behind me. And I'm just going to look at them, and I want to use, what is it called? I wear many faces to...
You're gonna rip off their faces? No, I'm just kidding.
No. I want to... She pulls the strings of energy around herself to twist her face. And again, I wear many faces. And she's a hedge witch when it comes down to it, and calls on her abilities as such. And her face shifts to that of like a wizened old crone, the kind of like fairy tale witch you would think of. A large hooked nose with moles and dark spots and just horrible, horrible looking old crone. And she looks at the group that's sitting there and just says, "Remember this the next time you try to come after us." And then she steps back and it almost like washes off her. And she turns and walks over to the fire alarm, wraps her sleeve around her hand, and pulls it. Time to go.
Right as you pull it, after you pull it, I go, wait, I got some more. We're in a library. This is the end of your story. You guys are spineless. I hope you get booked. And then I turn and run out.
As Max follows her friends, she just looks up at them, goes, "Just told them they were gonna die." So I think one of the worst things in the world is knowing how you're gonna die and you just can't stop it.
Death is a release. And I will lead the way back to the gas station and stand next to Tim's car. I think perhaps we should go to Harry's warehouse. We can find Miss White there, I believe.
It's getting pretty late, and I do have work in the morning.
Oh, shit, that's right.
But I'm not gonna, like, turn into a pumpkin or anything, you know? I could go. I just might be tired, but we could do it. We could go, if you want to go now.
Now, there is no guarantee that he is there currently.
Yeah.
But
I think
do what you will.
we're better off waiting for tomorrow.
Cool. Oh, that sounds good. I would love to get, like, a solid 10 tonight.
But tomorrow never comes.
I think we've exerted ourselves enough for one night.
I'm gonna swing by the neighborhood market before I head home. Do you guys want anything? You guys want to come with me, or should I drop you off first? I was gonna get some chicken pot pies, throw them in the microwave, and maybe have like a mini feast tonight, like a 6 chicken pot pie type of situation.
6?
6. I like chicken pot pie.
Apparently.
Max kind of has from our last session, still has some of the objects of power, I guess we'll call them. Actually, I think I'd rather just go back to Ellen's, and maybe these things might come in handy down the road.
Less frozen isle treasure for you.
I'll go with you, Tim.
So we'll go by, drop off Max, and then go by and pick up my chicken pot pies, and then we're good, right? Are you headed back to your Fortress of Solitude? And I'm gonna head back to the junkyard. We'll reconvene tomorrow.
I think that's a good idea.
Let's montage it then. Let's slap a montage so we can regain our
Is indeed time to montage.
Montage!
I got the page open. You guys have the rules are in the chat, I do believe. Gary shared them. Who knows what they want to do? You can go first. You can give attention to your logos. You can work the case, which, helps you, make progress in the story, potentially. You can explore your mythos. You can prepare your next activity. Or you can recover from your last activity.
I'm reading them, sorry.
It's all good. You know what you want to do, Gary?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna work the case.
Okay.
Tell everyone at the table how you do it. Gain 3 clues with a method and source based on your description. So since I know where they work, I've been there before. When I went by the first time, I would have written down a few license plates, and today, while I'm at my day job, I can run some of those plates, find some clues about who I might find in there and what their addresses are. And really what I'm hoping to find here is maybe a mysterious trail that's, maybe some fake names attached to the warehouse and the cars or something like that. Maybe some addresses to check out.
Okay, what information do you want?
I want to figure out when this guy is going to be at the warehouse. Through the cars and through the schedule and through the records, what I can figure out. I want to figure out when he's going to be back at work based on his schedule.
Based on what you're saying, you can figure out a lot of the minion movement.
Maybe his car drives through a certain intersection a certain time of day, and that intersection camera gets that one plate at that one intersection. So
yeah, you saw his car a while ago, so yeah, you could do that. All right. Well, yeah, you're gonna turn up a lot of funny names, like Ronnie Ravioli, Rick Rigatoni,
all these sausage fingers,
Larry Lasagna, Carl Cannoli. It goes on. It goes on. Because Italians are bad guys? I don't know, man. I don't know what the lesson is. I don't know what the lesson is in this. I feel like we're just making Italian people gangsters here. But they just have a lot of foods that rhyme with names, really. Yeah, Harry Hot Dog. There you go. That guy, he could be from anywhere. Who knows?
Does not sound appetizing.
Yeah,
but if you change his name to Harolini Hot Dog Weenie, now you know exactly where he's from, and it sounds a little bit better.
Yeah, I didn't consider the implications of a hairy hot dog. I apologize. Whoops. So, you find a bunch of stuff like that, and yeah, you are able to kind of track his movements. His car goes all over the city. You pick him up at a lot of intersections. Let's see. We'll give you some unintentional knowledge. You catch him going to a weird place once. The only reason you can tell where he's going is because the traffic cam, the direction he drove only goes one place. It goes up a hill to a secluded hospital on the hill. It is a mental hospital.
Gotta go there. That's a spooky place.
But you are also able to see that he visits every few days, and it seems like he's overdue. So he might be there tomorrow.
Should be back any day then.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I will text my friends at like 3 a.m. and be like, "Hey, I know I told you guys I was gonna get 8 hours of sleep, but I've been up all night trying to figure this out. This is these locations. He should be at work again tomorrow. I'm gonna pop by afternoon when I get off work, and also we gotta check out this haunted hospital on the hill."
It's not haunted.
Nobody said it's haunted, but nobody said it's not haunted either.
It's specifically the not haunted hospital. That's its name.
Yeah, but colloquially, it's known as the haunted hospital.
They shorten it. They shorten
That's right.
it. They take off
it's
the
really
front part.
It's confusing for out of towners.
No. Alrighty. Either of you want to montage now, Katie or Kapow?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Well, do you want to go first? Or...
I don't care.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go then. I'm going to actually explore your mythos.
Okay.
It says, tell everyone at the table which mystery you explore and how you do it. You gain one clue with a method and a source based on your description, and mark attention on that mystery's theme. And it's going to be my Destiny mythos of fate. Max, first, I'm going to say this. Max has kind of I guess you could call it an exercise that she does every time she comes back time after the thing happens. She writes down all the stuff that leads up to things, next them and everything, reads them off, and knowing that she can't really take it with her when she goes back, but also she can't leave it with anyone else, because that's basically kind of like, the Back in the Future almanac, sports almanac thing. So can't do that. Max burns it.
Okay. So you take notes so that you remember.
Yeah.
What's the mystery you're solving here?
Basically she's Mystery is anything relating to the council, like how they
Well,
how they find the council.
So when you're exploring your mythos, the mythos, so each mythos card that you have should have a mystery attached to it related to that card, and those are the mysteries that they're talking about.
I is that like the power tag, or is that the thing right under the identify thing?
Let me look. Let me look at your thing. I'm gonna look at your thing.
I think it was foretold that I would prevent or cause the end of the world.
Yes, it should be that thing underneath your. Now that I have become death, the destroyer of worlds, can I prevent it? Is that your mystery?
No, that's my destruction. I'm doing the fate.
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Oh, you're doing the fate one. So can you deny the hand of destiny? Is that your mystery for that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you deny the hand of destiny? Man. Okay, so on that vein, ask me a more specific question. But in that same vein. Because, like, I could just... I want to give you the thing you want to know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you're talking about denying destiny, what specifically does Maxine wish to know more about? Because it seems like... Because this is going to have to do with your mythos. So it has to do with your connection to fate.
Or what do you wish to avoid in like this next day? You know, something you've seen before that you don't want to happen this time.
Basically making sure, because how about this? We'll say that our previous session when that one point when Tim fought one cultist and he almost died, that was a moment in time where Tim would have died in one of the timeline or a few of the timelines.
Sure.
Max is going to peer into the timelines, see if a way to prevent any more death the next day of her friends. Just her friends. No one else, just her friends.
So that's kind of that's more preparing for your next activity kind of thing. This specifically, it's supposed to help you understand like how you are tied into Destiny and how your mythos works. Not necessarily, you know what I mean? See what I'm saying? Like we can go to this other thing and do the prepare for next activity, and you can look into the future and gain some juice so that you can try to prevent people from dying. That can work, but that's just a little different from exploring your mythos is all.
Okay, you know what? Let's do that. I'm just gain 3 juice then.
Yes. So essentially, what you do is you peer into the future. That's how you prepare for your next activity. Yeah. You're trying to see what happens today. You don't actually have to roll change the game. You just
no. I wasn't planning on rolling. I was an accident.
Okay.
I just rolled this so we could see some of the options.
So you told everyone how you're gonna prepare, recover all your burnt power tags, or gain 3 juice with a method based on your description. So do you want the juice or do you want to recover your burnt tags?
Well, I don't have any burnt tags, so I'll just
then you'll get the juice. So you have 3 juice floating. That you can use anytime in the next day. And you did that by seeing into the future. So essentially,
and then he can pick an effective change the game, right? It's like the very last.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah.
There. That's why I rolled it. I should have just added like 8 to it also, so we could see what all the successes are.
You can create a story tag with up to 3 potency. Well, so you can do 3 things. You could create a story tag, burn a power tag, or a story tag, give or reduce a status. Most of those aren't really going to do you any good. You can either keep it floating or you can create story tags. Essentially.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the 3 juice, and then can I just decide when I want to use the change the game thing?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with them floating.
Yeah.
Because to me, juice is kind of a resource to be hoarded anyways. Not a problem.
Particularly this change the game floating makes sense for what his character did too.
Yeah.
He's gonna fix the thing tomorrow or fix it during the day, so it's just floating there waiting as a ready to action.
So there is so as you're looking through the future, I'll give you a little something. as you're looking through the future, not all the time, but some of the times there's a man. Some of the times there's a man with mutton chops. Every now and again he's there. And every time that you see him, it goes bad.
Facial hair, bad. Got it.
Mutton chops, specifically. Every time, it ends in a lot of death. Just keep that in mind. I'll just give you a little taste.
Gotcha.
That way it feels more like you actually looked into the future. Katie.
We trust people with mutton chops.
I am going to give attention to one of my logos.
Ooh. Okay.
And that night, Bernie summons her sisters to her side. And they sit in the living room that is protected from scrying or listening or anything like that. And the three of them sit in the room, and all of the furniture is moved back to the walls. And the three of them sit in the center of the room with a small mortar and pestle between them. And they each hold their hands out so that they are pressing their hands together with one another like this, basically side to side. And for several hours, they just close their eyes and sort of feel the familiar energy that passes through them. And finally, after 3 hours, they open their eyes and all look into the mortar. And it's filled with water, but it's a black stone, so it creates this strange sort of mirror effect, like a lot of people will use on a scrying mirror, just a black backed sheet of glass, essentially. And they stare into it, focusing on the path that Angela took in coming and collecting one of them. And they backtrack her steps, going backwards. Because the three Baba Yagas are known to be both helpers and hindrances. And in this case, they are looking for the person who helped Angela and tried to bring one of them to harm. And I am using my witchy ways logos.
Okay. Yeah, market attention on that logos.
Mm-hmm.
And then, are you looking for the person that gave the message?
No, we're looking for the person that gave the approval.
So you will see the woman that gave the message, Miss White. She's a small woman, a small white woman with completely white hair. Her hair is solid white in two long braids, going down either side of her head, all the way down her back, wearing a white suit and white sneakers.
We're not looking for the person who gave the message.
Yeah.
We're looking for the person who gave the go-ahead.
Yeah. So you find this woman that gave the message, and you track her back through her day. And she will eventually arrive. It seems like a clandestine kind of meeting in a abandoned building downtown. It's hard to see in there, as all of you know in character, but maybe not out of character. The mist that shrouds the city concentrates heavily downtown and obscures things. But she will be in a warehouse. There will be 4 others there. One of them is Harry Malding, but then the other three are harder to see. But you can tell there's two men and a woman. The woman seems to be, when she speaks, they listen kind of situation. But with Maxine's little peering into the future here, you will see a man as well with mutton chops. And then there is the final man, who is dressed. I mean, he's dressed. He's wearing a button-up shirt with a tie, and slacks, kind of situation. Yeah, business attire. But his shoes are a little too comfortable for that, I guess you can notice. But yeah, so those are the four that you see. And they all, it's more that they simply nod than actually give the order. But yeah, that's what you see. And then you can also mark an attention to your logos.
Mm-hmm. Time to rest, sisters. And we all just lay back onto the floor and close our eyes.
Your next door neighbors have a really loud party and you can't sleep. No, I'm just kidding. Oh man, that'd be awesome. I'd watch that movie. They could call it Witch Party. Yeah, so you're planning on going to work, Tim?
Yes. Yeah.
I will as well.
You both go to work. Go ahead, marking attention on both of your jobs, I suppose.
All right.
You're postponing like the other stuff for your jobs. That's what attention's for. What do you do during work hours, Maxine?
You know what? Max is going to continue using the files that they found, the objects. Use it to reference possible future pairings. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, basically, she's taking each object like, I need this for the next day. Well, I need this for tonight. Is this something I should bring along? Kind of stuff like that.
So with all the objects, when you're peering into these objects, trying to divine their usefulness, it seems that you're just not the right person to use them. That's what you get. But like, there is a right person. You can divine that, and you being able to see things might actually be able to find somebody if you wanted to.
Oh, what about our friend? I'm blanking on her name.
The one that y'all picked up.
For the museum.
Alice.
Your little scruffy.
No. That's not her name. Alicia? I know what you're talking about. What about her?
Will any of these objects work with her?
No.
Okay.
No, they will not. Her name's Allie.
Ali.
As in
Okay,
Muhammad.
Max knows that she's not paddled with the items, but like during the fight in the school, she did use a baseball and bean someone with it, stuff like that.
That's true. But you know, anyone can throw a baseball. Who knows? Maybe you just needed the confidence. But yeah, it's clear to you that these objects aren't just like magical. You know what I mean?
Oh.
They seem to have a specific use for specific people.
They're like attunement requiring.
That's what you guys are trying to gather. It seems like they're trying to maybe create rifts or something.
Okay.
Oh, I got an idea. What if could Max just mail these objects out to the people that she sees that are compatible with them, and maybe kind of nudge their fate? You know, in the right direction.
Thanks for the gifted sub there, Buzz Lightyear. Appreciate it. It went to Corbinian, so congratulations, Corbinian. Do you want to mail all of these items out to people?
Yeah, to nudge them in their correct destiny.
Yeah, that's fine. So we'll do this pretty simply. You'll go to a phone book and you'll just start divining shit, and you'll send a bunch of letters out with weird things in them.
I'll be the old man from the original Legend of Zelda video game. It's dangerous alone. Take this.
There you go. But you'll mail out rocks and arrowheads and like pieces of barbed wire and stuff, and they'll go out, and we will see the effects of that at some point. I'm sure.
I'm sure it's fine.
It's not fine. It's
It's
definitely
never
not.
fine.
It's definitely not okay.
Wait a minute.
Got an army now.
Yeah, you awakened the rifts of all the serial killers. They're all
I
back.
didn't say it was a good army.
That's,
I guess at this point, Maxine would have likely gone through this more times than not. So sometimes this works and sometimes it doesn't. And
Yeah.
It's worth the risk.
fair. But yeah, so all of you go to work while Maxine goes to FedEx or the post office or whatever. But then you're all able to reconvene. Where are you guys meeting up? What are you doing? Oh no, everything's fine.
Oh, everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Sure, it's fine.
You guys want to meet up at that definitely not haunted hospital at the top of the hill?
You want to go there?
Was assuming we were going to go to the warehouse today.
Oh, we can go to the warehouse.
Is there a pressing issue that takes us to?
Nope.
All
We
right.
just might hang out there. And I've never been in there before.
What do you mean?
Because it's like really scary there. If you've ever driven up, like one time they dared me to spend the night in there, and so I got up there and I went inside, but I was only in there for like 2 or 3 minutes, and I came back out. But with all of you guys, I probably have more faith and confidence in myself and be able to really poke around that place. But no, it's not a big deal. No,
The
we can
reason-
just go to the warehouse.
The reason you weren't able to stay the night there is because when you went inside, there were employees there. They told you to leave.
Yeah, when I went in,
if the hospital was still
Yeah,
functioning.
it was still functioning. Yeah.
yeah, I tried to sleep in one of the least spooky rooms. I tried to sleep in the waiting room, and they said, "Sir, if you don't have any problems, you need to leave." And so I didn't really get to poke around much. So I'd love to poke around that spooky, definitely not haunted
Real
hospital.
Real
I
quick, I just
mean,
realized
with
something.
respect to the people who are being treated.
We're looking for Harry Mudd, right?
Yes.
Harry Malding.
Molding. Sorry, Harry Mudd's the guy from Star Trek. Harry Molding. Actually, I just realized I could do something. I am going to. I have ability that lets me see through the culprit's eye. I want to see through Harry's eye and figure out where they're at. Is that possible?
Give me an investigation check.
All right. I'm going to tag see through culprit's eye, identify the cause.
Those are both fair.
But
Here.
You okay? Did you see
Can I
your
also-
tower or something?
my desk.
No.
Classic.
It hurt.
I also tag creating possibilities and driven with a weakness of. Which weakness would be better for this? Nightmares or can't do this alone?
I would say hubris.
Hubris? Okay, we'll do hubris.
And then I don't think driven applies.
Okay, no driven? Gotcha.
But yeah, after that you can grind on it.
Yeah. All right, investigate. And that's a big miss. Oh wait, I got juice. I got juice.
Juice it.
How many juices can I put in? Do I have to put into it?
3.
Three?
Juice it.
I'll juice it. Put all 3 in it.
You drop 3 juice into it. And so
Yeah.
that gives you a fuzzy vision. But you get to ask 2 questions. So, what are your 2 questions?
What is Harry looking at right now?
You can see the room he's in. He's looking around. He's looking down at a cup of tea, taking a sip, putting it down. He looks around. He's in a dark-ish room, fully furnished. It seems like it's a comfortable sitting room of some kind. You can see some. You see a neon sign, but it's like backwards. Like he's looking at the back side of it in a window. And the letters are Chinese letters.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say Maxine reads Chinese, since she is Asian American.
That's fair
and
enough.
Chinese. What does she read?
It's a tea house.
Like, is it like a specific name or anything like that?
Yeah,
Like,
it's a
I don't
specific
know,
name. I don't have one though.
dragon or something.
Yeah. It could be something like that. Let's call it. He'll be drinking at the Oolong. The Oolong Rabbit.
All right, the Oolong Rabbit. Max is kind of
Sounds cooler in
staring.
Chinese, I imagine.
Well, in Chinese, Oolong Tuzi.
Yeah. See, way cooler.
Definitely sounds
Um,
cooler in Chinese.
He's at the Oolong Tutsa.
Tuzi. Tuzi.
Tuza.
Like,
Tuza.
Max is kind of looking off in the distance. Her eyes are kind of unfocused, and as she's doing this, she goes, "Does either one of you know of a place called Oolong Tuzi or Oolong Rabbit?"
Do I?
Okay, if you want to. I don't know, how often do you frequent Chinatown and its tea houses? It's possible
that
that you've been
place?
around.
I actually want to say that because Harry and I have a past. We've established that.
Yeah, maybe he's met you there before.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. I've been there.
It's a good enough reason to know for sure. Yeah, you know where it is. It's in Chinatown. It's not terribly far from the warehouse, but it's not close either.
We can swing by there on the way. See if he's still there by the time we reach it.
Do you have another question for me, Maxine? You have one more.
Is there anything in the room identifying the room, like maybe I don't know, like a matchbook, or if it's like I don't know, a hotel room, maybe one of those stationary letterheads or something like that?
What do you want it to tell you? Because you know where he is. So like,
Okay. Oh, okay. Then.
because she's been there.
Okay.
But like, I don't know. You can ask about like stuff you see, what he's doing, people in the room. I don't know. Whatever question you want to ask.
I'm trying to think right now. Is there anything that would be thick to this? Ooh. Anyone have any ideas?
I was gonna ask if, since you're seeing through his eyes, if you could see his calendar or something in his phone, see his, his like day to day, what he's got coming up for the next week.
Is he with anyone?
That's a good question.
How about this? Are they alone or not?
He's not alone. You can see somebody clad in all white sitting with him. And then you can see a couple of other bigger shapes, like sitting at other tables.
Max is gonna, while her eyes are so unfocused, goes, "Should also be careful. He doesn't look like he's alone. There's other people with him."
It's his little pack.
White.
Probably. White?
Yeah, white. I don't know if that means anything.
What kind of clothes? Shirt and pants? Robes?
The white clothing that Max saw.
Yeah,
Where they
pants, jacket,
or-
kind of thing. Yeah.
kind of like pants or jacket. Kind of, I don't know. I guess you could kind of say kind of Colonel Sanders-ish.
Well, I I do declare.
I am assuming that is not the wardrobe typical of his toadies.
One of them does wear all white. Miss White tends to dress that way. It could be her. Could be someone else.
Is it man?
Is this person a her? Well, at least can Max tell if it's a her or a him?
It's kind of hard to tell. But it's hard to tell with Miss White as well. She doesn't really.
And also, just want to say this out of character. Colonel Sanders could totally be a mythos.
Yeah.
In City of Mist.
I'm considering rewriting my whole campaign and making
I'd be
you guys
afraid to dive into half of that mythos.
Oh my god, City of Mist franchise edition. You got to play as fast food mascots.
I'd do that. We need sponsors for that though.
I want to be Wendy's.
No, I Wendy because I got.
All right, you can be Wendy's. Then I want to be the Burger King.
All right. I'm going to be Colonel Sanders. I'm just going to go for it. It's already on the table. If nobody else wants it, give it to me.
There, standing in the doorway, is the Jolly Bees mascot.
Giant Bee? Oh, what about Bob's Big Boy?
Jollibee. Jollibee is amazing.
Holding a giant barrel of gravy with your name on it.
Taco Bell dog.
I will walk over to Maxine and look at her and just say, is there anything else you can see? Because if not, we should probably get going.
Max kind of just blinks her eyes and just kind of shakes her head a little bit. I hate doing that. Always getting a headache. No, I think that's it.
How often do you do that?
Try not to do it so much. It's a pain.
And she'll pat Maxine on the head. You did good. And turn around and walk to the door.
Max kind of calls after her. You know I'm older than you, actually, technically.
But no one's older than me, says
I would like to
Lucifer as he comes out.
flashback.
No, I'm just kidding. What?
I would like to invoke a flashback.
Oh, okay. Like for real?
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Alright. So, we're young kids. And you see Maxine, Bernie, and Tim sitting in a room together. And Bernie seems... You can't quite make out the words she's saying because it's kind of this like muffled fade in. And you just see Bernie looking like she's just been talking and talking and talking. And at the end of her little monologue that she's doing. So that's why I think I ought to be the one calling the shots. Right?
Well, I guess not really can say a little. Max says, "Oh no, I mean, you do come up with some good points, but we like in a democracy, shouldn't we all have an equal say in this? Like, why don't we just vote on it?"
We could, but things are much smoother when there's a divisive voice.
Max goes, "You just want to boss Tim around, don't you?"
And Bernie kind of blushes.
when I hit this stick with another stick, I can make it go all the way over to the sidewalk, and I just crack a stick like all the way across the empty lot.
That was actually really impressive. Good job, Tim.
Thank
And
you.
she looks, as he's like focusing on his broken stick, she turns around and looks at Maxine.
Max does the whole, covers one side face. Mouths, you liked him, you liked him.
I'm gonna call your parents and tell them you're not studying.
Think I'm a Kumon.
It's pretty funny.
And the flashback ends.
Boom. You guys are in the car on your way to Chinatown with all the possible futures stretched in front of you. But that's where we're going to go ahead and take our break. So, thank you everyone for watching the City Mist for Sun Oak Games, and we'll be right back.
Fresh out the box.
Here we go. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Fresh Out the Box Plays City of Mist. We had some things come up. We hope everything's okay with Katie. Don't know anything. Everything's fine. Everything's seemingly fine. So no one needs to worry or anything. But she had to go in a hurry, take care of something. And so we are down 2 players tonight. But we're gonna continue a little bit here. We are going to we're gonna pull back a little bit. We're gonna talk a little bit about City of Mist. We were kind of doing stuff behind the scenes anyways, and like looking at the game, looking at some of the questions, trying to figure some things out. We're gonna do that, then we're gonna geek out during the credits after that, and then we're probably gonna call it a little early tonight, but we're gonna go on for a little bit longer. But I'm Johananon. I'm the game master.
It's me, Casualty CDG, and if you did not know, Jahan and I are both middle brothers, which makes us your favorite middle brothers in the whole wide world. I'll be me, Casualty CDG, and you can be you.
And I am a freshly shaven Michael Powell, aka Mr. Kapow. That's MRKAPAO. And usually on Wednesdays I play Max here on City of Mist. So yeah.
What if you did it's MRKAPA?
Oh!
You can just try it out, just test it out.
Try it out for
Alright.
size. Yeah.
I think it's not bad.
So City of Mist. City of Mist is an interesting game. This is the first time I've ever run it. These past 6 games. The first time any of y'all have played it. And this is also my first Powered by the Apocalypse game that I've actually given a full... We've kind of played around with them, read them, checked them out. But Powered by the Apocalypse is one of the things... As a more traditional role player, as a more traditional TTRPG player, it is harder to kind of grasp. It is a very different style. I do like it a lot. It gives you a lot of freedom, especially narrative-wise. It lends itself very well to improvisation. I don't know.
It's also really open-ended, so the fact that it's not just open-ended, it's really open-ended, that leaves a lot of stuff to the imagination, and that could be difficult. Sometimes, honestly, a lot of imagination could be kind of difficult to interpret.
I love the rules like this. I started with D&D 4th edition, which was pretty crunchy, and it was all about what skill you were going to use on which turn, and it was very metagamey. And so I've gravitated since then more towards these narrative games, and I haven't gone back to a really crunchy system since. And I think that City of Mist has a really nice balance between how much it takes to set up your character with the crunch and the different skills and what you add and what you don't, versus the narrative combat and the narrative style of the game. I like the balance of PBTA. I'm excited to play Avatar soon to see how different PBTA systems work, because I played City of Mist on Tony's channel, and then we played City of Mist once here for a fundraiser for a charity. So I've played it a couple times, but this is the first time I've really sunk my teeth into it. And again, you see Jahan has the actual hardcover.
This is the adventure guide for Wan Shi Tong's adventure guide. For Avatar Legends. I have the book too. It's downstairs. I was making content. But, yeah, thanks Magpie for sending these to me. We are going to play. I definitely greatly appreciate these books. They're super nice. And I'm a huge fan. I know you guys are both huge Avatar fans too, right?
Yeah, I've interviewed a lot of voice avatars last Airbender.
Oh, that's true. You've talked to, like, Azula, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I talked to Ahsoka.
That's a good one.
Toph.
Oh, that's awesome.
One of the heroes.
Okay. Very cool.
For those people who didn't know, I believe it was last weekend was the first appearance of the Aang's voice actor at Comic Revolution out here in California, Ontario.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Hopefully
Yeah.
he makes more con appearances.
So we're all Avatar fans. We are going to play somewhat soon in the next month or two. We'll get a game going.
And
That's also
the reason
powered by
I-
the Apocalypse.
Yeah, I was going to say the reason I bring that up is they share the system, and I'm curious to see how it. I've looked at the Avatar book. I love the way it looks.
Very
I'm curious to
different,
see what it looks like with wheels in motion. I'm really looking forward to playing a firebender and seeing how different that is from playing a troll in City of Mist.
I don't get to play.
I also think it's worth noting that City of Mist is a mystery game. And at the end of everything, that's what you're doing is investigating mysteries. So as a game master, you just have to be on your toes with mystery after mystery with this breadcrumb trail.
I
Yeah.
will say one of the things I really do like about City of Mist actually is the way you level up by using your ability to get attention and using your weaknesses as a way to get said tension.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the way I don't know, there's a lot of... So, it sounds like a bad thing when I put it this way, but there's a lot of forced roleplay, which I actually think is great in a system. When there's baked-in roleplay into the mechanics, that's always a good thing. City of Mist does do that. It lends itself very well to... I mean, it's all narrative, and it has a good framework for it. And as much difficulty as I've had transitioning to this, it only gets easier, you know? Our games keep going smoother and smoother. We keep doing more and more complex stuff. We kind of add a mechanic every session, that kind of thing.
I would say it's worth noting that the creator, Amit Moshe, is awesome. So you're
Sure.
not supporting a piece of crap. He's great. He's really involved in the community, answering questions and stuff. I just saw him on Facebook yesterday talking to the City of Mist community. A new player was saying, hi, I'm GMing a game and I want to know how to make players like look for cameras and stuff like that. Should I just tell them the cameras are there? Should I make them roll a search check or investigate or what? And seeing Amit respond to that player with like a 4 or 5 paragraph, here's all the different ways you could do it running your game. I was like, made my heart warm seeing that the creator is out there still interacting one-on-one with his community with brand new players trying to teach them the game.
Yeah.
There's some passion there, man. He's
Very, very
I love
hands-on,
Amit.
very passionate. He loves what he did, and I do too. Very cool. Interested in... I also have the sequel to this game coming. I did back the Kickstarter. I always forget what it's called. Tokyo Somethingscape? Right?
Tokyo Otherscape, I believe.
Tokyo Otherscape, yeah, and so that one adds. So this one has Mythos Logos, but Tokyo Otherscape has Mythos Logos and like Cyberus, so it has like a third. It's a triarchy here, and you have to balance those. And the third one is your cybernetic parts, your cyberpunkness, essentially. Like maybe you're a you jack into the internet, maybe you have like a power fist, maybe you see dead people. I don't know. It's pretty cool.
That sounds like kind of example I guess I would use is how much is the AI of your cybernetics taken over of your humanity, kind of,
Yeah,
right?
exactly
It's
right.
a part of the balancing act too, because you have to balance your cyber with your human with your mythos. So you are still a supernatural creature of some kind. So you could be Dracula, that has a robot arm and works at 7-Eleven. I don't know. I'm just
I'm gonna
riffing.
say Dracula, who instead of blood drains blood, drains data.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you could be a data vampire.
Dude, that's pretty sick.
Another thing I really also like the concept of City of Mist, which is it reminds me of a really good graphic novel series called Fables and the spin-off Jack of Fables. If y'all ever heard of that.
Dude, I have none.
I have heard of it. It is dope. I've only read like one or two. I think that we're thinking of the same thing. It always reminds me of American Gods by Neil Gaiman. Great book. Decent TV show. But
Right out the gate, I thought City of Mist was a superhero game for a long time. And it sort of can be if you want it to be.
It kind of is.
But it's not a superhero game, but it's not is one either.
Yeah, because like you are a mild-mannered whatever that by night is solving the mysteries of the city. Essentially, it is a superhero game where everyone has the same origin, essentially, which is kind of cool. Yeah, it is like Cyber Psychosis from Cyberpunk. Yeah, you got to watch out for that kind of thing. Oh, and also you said, so yeah, Savage Worlds and Cypher System. Really like Savage Worlds. Haven't played Cypher System, but I have it. I had trouble with the I am an adjective noun that verbs stuff. I had trouble with that. I'm sure it makes more sense as you play. It seems, maybe it's like I'm overthinking it, but I hear good things about Cypher System from Monty Cook, right? I believe. And
That's
then
correct.
Savage Worlds, what, Pinnacle Entertainment?
Yep.
But
I
Savage
want
Worlds,
to play Savage World.
Savage Worlds, nothing but good things to say about Savage Worlds. I love the system. Very
I
much.
want to
wanna
play Savage
play-
World one day.
I want to play the East Texas University setting of Savage Worlds.
I would enjoy running that, so maybe we'll do that.
It's
maybe-
like Buffy the Vampire Slayer almost. You have to balance your college classes and your grades and stuff with hunting down supernatural creatures on the weekends and nights and vacation.
So I am hoping that towards Halloween that Cthulhu Awakens from Green Ronin will be out, and so I can do that. But I mean, we could just put that in our Thursday slot, and then maybe do East Texas University as one of our other slots, so that we're like doing a whole bunch of ass stuff for Halloween. Could be fun. There's also a couple other games that I have coming. I have Dead Air, which is a zombie game that I backed. Maybe that'll be out. And then also, I'm really looking forward to The Walking Dead from Free League Publishing. That could also be a fun Halloween game, but who knows?
Oh, you know what? I'm also really looking for. It's also in kind of the same genre. Which I'm really hoping that's going to come out around the same time, which would be perfect if it does. Kids on Bikes, Second Edition.
Ooh, Kids on Bikes. Oh, that would be really cool. That'd be really cool.
I back that.
My name is kind of from a Halloween themed Kids on Bike cartoon, so that's from Over the Garden Wall.
Yeah.
Oh. But yeah, and then another one. Let me see if I have it. I got more Shiver coming as well.
Ooh.
Shiver's dope. The
that?
only problem that I've had with it is that there's not a lot of VTT like support, and they do require like custom dice. It makes it hard to play online. But I have two more Shiver books, one of which is Slasher, and then the other one is like epic stuff, which like it has a picture of a T-Rex on it. I don't know.
I'm gonna be right back. I want to show you all something that I picked up at the recent Strategicon at their used game sale. So I'm gonna show you. I'll be right back.
BRB, bro. Yeah, maybe this is what we should do when we Rule of Tool it. We should just come on and bullshit. Because, like, I like just getting on. I feel like we don't get to sit and talk just about TTRPGs in this. I don't know. Because, like, we kind of do it when we paint minis. But, like, I feel like this
It's
is
different when you're actually looking at the rule book.
It's different when you can look stuff up and, like, people expect you to be talking about it and that's what's going on kind of thing. You are a blank blank who blanks is really useful to give a basic overview of the character. My friend who is running D&D started using the idea to add quick summaries to his D&D NPCs. Yeah, Monty Cook's stuff is really interesting in that, like, his games almost are designed to teach you narrative. It is interesting, and he is a legendary game creator. And I have the Black Cube from Invisible Sun downstairs, but... You know, that game, oh my god.
Yeah, why haven't we played that yet?
I don't know, man. I don't know how to run it. There's a lot going on there.
All right, I'm back. Show y'all the haul that I got. I think the convention con was like 3
It's also
weeks
very
ago.
high concept. Like, very high.
One of the things I love about Strategicon is they have an open swap meet where you don't even need a badge to go in to buy stuff, use games and everything. And they're priced really decent. Here's one of the games called White Box. It's Sword and Sorcery. This is what do you call those? OTSR or something like that.
Oh, sorry.
Western.
OSR.
Old
OSR.
school revival.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also got this one, which is really interesting.
OSR systems aren't my favorite, and it's because, and no offense to game designers, but they're so lethal that it almost seems crazy to me. Where instead of making a game where there is growth and you exponentially get better and get more things, instead you just die and you just make a new character and you continue. It's not my favorite play style.
One of the rules is I think at least one of those games is where you actually make 3 characters.
Yeah. Yeah, they do have
Yeah.
those. Yeah, those are. I mean, they can be fun. But
So
yeah,
got this a game called Ghosts, which is I don't know. I just got it because kind of like Ghostbuster-esque.
yeah, I think it's supposed to be. Yeah, it looks like.
Yeah.
It looks like you know,
Yeah.
it looks like Ghostbusters. Yeah.
And speaking of which, also got this one, another Ghostbuster-esque game called Spooktacular, which actually came with a bunch of cards.
That Slimer on the front is absolutely something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's true. A
And-
brave warrior who defends the weak does give you. I mean, yeah, it's a good saying. I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked at Cyber System. Maybe I should check it out again. I do have it.
Yeah, I've actually got it open right now.
Mr. Kapow, you're muted. I don't even know how.
Yep. I think it's called Las Vegas, which is a kind of a solo, can be played as a solo TTRPG.
I have a solo
Choose tarot
TTRPG.
cards.
What do I have? I have
From what I've read of it so far, it reminds me a little bit about like kind of a solo version of City of Mist set in Vegas.
I have the only solo. This is the only solo TTRPG I have is
I saw
Colossal.
that. I wanted that, but I think that's sold out now, right?
I think so. I got it on a Kickstarter, so
Yeah.
it's not available.
Yeah, no.
Maybe it's not available yet. I don't know, but I don't know. It's pretty cool so far. Pathfinder, good.
Yep. This is actually I got this for my collection, which is these are the playtest books of
Oh.
Pathfinder, the adventure and the playtest rules.
Yeah, I have
Which
the
is the-
Pathfinder second edition playtest. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I miss playing Pathfinder so much.
I mean, we probably should. I want to do Pathfinder or Starfinder at some point. I think
I
Gary's
don't
down for
know.
either too.
I think the sale is over, but there was a sale for there's a charity thing on Humble Bundle for the Ukraine, where you can actually get the core rule book.
It's for Turkey,
Turkey. Okay.
Turkey, Syria, and I think it's still going.
Yeah. No, I think no. It's ended because I bought it last night. I think it ended this morning.
Maybe yesterday was the last day. Then I haven't looked.
Yeah. But I ended up getting it. So, quick thing. Starfinder, does not use the Pathfinder second edition rules. It kind of still uses the first edition rules.
Yeah.
But they just announced that a new, I kind of want to say expansion to it called going to be released for it.
Yeah, they did say something about Starfinder recently.
Yeah.
Let me jump on Facebook because I know what you guys are talking about.
I feel like was Owen talking about it?
Yep, that's exactly who was talking about it.
Was he involved in it?
No, but he was heavily involved in the first Starfinder.
Okay.
I would love to play Starfinder with that's based off of. You guys remember that sci-fi show Babylon 5?
I never watched it, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Oh, good, so good. Some of the graphics, some of the special effects does not hold well these days, but still so good.
That is a good point. Vampire Nevermore is coming.
Yeah.
Nevermore from Ian Lemke and Neprinth Games. Ian Lemke, one of my all-time favorite tabletop role-playing game creators. They're rebooting Babylon 5. Thanks, Buzz. Yeah, I didn't know
They were
that.
trying to. They were trying to. I don't think it succeeded.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
For you?
Yeah.
All I need is Doctor Who. Put it in my face. I've been rewatching
Let's-
Doctor Who because I'm a cool guy.
But let's just look through upcoming TTRPGs at this point.
Yeah.
There's a Gloomhaven role-playing games supposed to be coming out this year.
Is that this year? Yeah, Gloomhaven's doing one. I've always wanted to kind of play in that world. They have a very interesting setting. I like their setup. Cool stuff, for sure. I have Gloomhaven and Frosthaven. I wish I had played more Gloomhaven. Frosthaven's even bigger. Pretty ridiculous.
There's a game called Tales of Primordia, which is from the same studio that did the My Little Pony RPG. That's going to be coming out this year.
Man,
And
I don't
like
know
you
where my
said-
bow tie
yeah.
went.
And like you said before, the Walking Dead RPG is supposed to come out this year as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be getting
Ooh.
that for sure. But yeah, you don't see a bow tie, but I am cool enough. Who is Londo Malaria? Is that a Babylon 5
Mondo
guy?
Morari. That's one of my favorite characters from
Okay.
Babylon 5.
Well, Buzz
Actually had a
Lightyear has an action figure of them. I wanted you to know.
I had a character that chat named after him in another stream called Blank Slate that we played years ago. This is
Oh,
before
nice.
I met y'all.
Very nice.
So Paizo is releasing Starfinder Enhanced.
Yeah.
But it provides new options within the existing system, so it actually isn't going to go to the new system, it sounds like. It says that Enhanced will revise fundamentals of the game, rebalancing and simplifying classes like the infamous Witch Warper, adding rules to narrative ship combat and creature companions. So it looks like they're just going to clean up Pathfinder, or Starfinder, rather.
That's good.
I'm really hoping they bring the 3-action economy to Starfinder from second edition. It was 3-action economy is a thing of beauty.
I mean, I kind of looked at a little bit of it. It's been a while. 3-action economy sounds good.
Says it's designed to be used alongside current source books and features new feats and new options for every class, but it doesn't say anything about the 3-action economy.
I'm hoping it does because, like I said, 3-action economy gives every player 3 actions to do on their turn, so they feel like they haven't wasted a turn. Like attacking is just 1 action, casting a spell is 2 actions. Yeah,
I do like that.
you can use all your actions to attack, but every attack after your first comes at a small penalty.
See, that
Makes
makes
sense.
that makes sense to me. I mean, that's better because there's always like D&D's action economy sucks. And yeah, that sounds pretty dope. But yeah, so there are lots of cool games coming out, and we will be playing them. So stay tuned here. But
That's really quick. I was gonna say
Go
real
ahead.
quick. Needs to say, apparently I just found out there's a Monty Python TTRPG coming out.
yeah. I heard something about that as well, and I have no idea what that's going to be like. So that's exciting. Nee.
Hey, Shrubbery!
We demand a shrubbery! You must go and chop down the largest tree in this forest with a herring.
Oh boy.
You guys think that the Werewolf the Apocalypse game is gonna finally come out this year?
No.
But if you want to play some Werewolf Apocalypse content, we got some from friend of the show,
Clinton Boomer?
Where is it, John? Yeah, Clinton Boomer. What's the game called though? What's its expansion called?
Man, it was like the book of like vile nastiness or something.
Had some cool looking werewolf options.
It was gross, dude. It was dope. What's it called? Let's see. Let me go to my White Wolf book here. Maybe I put it under here.
Eric Jackson. I'm just gonna say a
Oh,
Monty
brother.
Python RPG. It does sound like a little much, but honestly, a lot of the gaming tables that at least I played at, silliness just kind of transformed into a Monty Python-esque scenario, like almost every time.
And I'm not sure where it is, buddy.
That's one
Yeah,
of the
I
things
mean-
about comedy, especially on a stage, is a bunch of people trying to be funny on a stage will come across really, really cringy. You have to have most people playing serious like a normal situation, and one person, maybe two, who are outrageous. And then sometimes you flip the numbers, 3 outrageous people and 1 straight man. But a bunch of people trying to be funny doesn't quite work.
Maybe the game addresses that.
I mean, I'm just saying that just watch our modern age game kind of for like the Monty Python-esque shenanigans, like our last session.
I apparently have all the Doctor Who Cubicle 7 books. Did not realize that.
And one more thing I remembered. This is not a tabletop game. Well, this is a tabletop game, but not an RPG game that I got from Strategicon. Warriors.
Oh, I love Couriers, Doug.
Got it for like $10. Been looking for this forever.
Couriers is
Yeah.
a solid game. Solid
I
game.
kind of want Warriors on the down low.
I
That's
do
a game
appreciate it.
I'm kind of hungry for.
It's fun. I don't know. Good times, man. Good times.
Isn't there also like Warriors Quest? Isn't that a thing that you were telling me about? Or did I just make that up?
No, Courier. Yeah, there's expansions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vampire says W5 should be coming this year, and Vampire would know. So hopefully, be on the lookout for it in August. They say.
I wish I was going to Gen Con. I don't know if
Yeah.
I'm going to Gen Con this year or not.
Me and the missus actually talked about it. We might, but I don't know. We're up in the air about it.
Out. Want to fly me out and get me in?
Yeah.
I'll go. I fit in an overhead per compartment.
Yeah, I'll put you in my bag.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But yeah, so we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna go ahead but we're gonna close. I mean, this is still City of Mist session, so we're gonna close it out the way that we normally do. We're gonna geek out during the credits.
Oh crap! I closed my roll 20.
That's fine. So at the end of the session, when the credits are rolling, go around the table. Each player can answer one or more of the following questions: How has the crew grown this session? Which character had the most meaningful interactions with your character this session? Or, which of your themes is under the most strain? If it collapses, what new aspect shall take its place? I know it's a little difficult because the session got shortened, but
That's all right. I clicked it also in the roll 20 so we can read it and go over it with our little brains.
go over with your little brains, with your thinking sponges. But yeah, I don't know. I do like
I
talking
really
about
wanted to do the
TTRPGs.
last one, which of your theme is under the most strain, but honestly, I've been fairly good about using everything across the board in all our sessions.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, you do keep a good balance,
Yeah,
which is part of the game.
Generally, the one that's under strain for me is the bridge, but this session I actually went back and did my routine, which means
Yes,
I was at
I was
turf
gonna make
also.
you crack it if you stayed up late or whatever, but you didn't.
I went and did the thing, so it's not under too much duress either.
I don't. Unfortunately, I'm gonna go ahead and say I don't feel like there was a lot of crew growth this session. But which character had the most meaningful interaction with you guys could be a valid thing.
I think I'm gonna do that one. I'm gonna say if Gary, you don't mind me going first.
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to say Bernadette. I think Max had the most growth with Bernadette this session, with their their flashback where we ended things on, where we found out that Ernie has a crush on Tim. Na 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 na.
I mean, that was pretty funny. Yeah, you can do a hurt or help for the Burnsters.
All right. You know what? I think I'll put this out there. You can say no or yes to it if you want.
No. Okay. What?
I'll say, how about this? We can put it either hurt or help, but we don't say it.
You don't have to say it.
All right.
Keep it a secret. That's fine.
I would also like to do the which character had the most meaningful interaction with your character, and I'm going to pick Maxine, and I'm going to take a hurt point for Maxine
Haha.
because she made a guy eat his own lips.
Oh boy.
I
Yeah.
think that might have been going
Yeah.
too far with her powers. So next time, I want the hurt point to be able to step in to keep that from happening.
Yeah,
Very
absolutely.
fair. Very fair.
If anybody's eating lips around here, it's me.
It's collagen though. It's good for your skin. For your skin.
Yeah, that guy's skin is going to be glowing tomorrow.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So that brings us to a close of this session of City Mist. Thanks for staying tuned. Thanks for hanging out with our after nonsense. I hope that our other players, everything works out for them. Hope everything's okay. So yeah, everybody, thanks for watching. I have been Johanan at RockFact on Twitter.
It's me, Casualty CDG, and you can find me at Casualty CDG on pretty much all the social medias. You can find Jahan and I at Fresh Out the Box every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. We're always trying to play games with new people and have fun and make jokes and crack up and teach you those games, and also scar you mentally with the descriptions of death. We have a podcast that's called Fresh Out the Podcast. It's where me and Jahan and our friend Drew talk about movies, streaming shows, video games. Also, the mayor of Nerdtropolis, special guest Sean Tajpour. He's been on our show a couple times. He came on and helped us talk about Creed this past week. If you want to know about Creed 3 or the Oscar race, you can hear Drew talk about all the Oscar movies coming out and what he thinks and what his takes are. That's Fresh Out the Podcast. You can find it where all podcasts are available. Thank you guys so much for the subs and for being here and for the likes and for sharing with your friends and telling your family to watch everything that we do every day, all the time.
And I am Michael Pow, and you can find me all over the internet on my social medias, which is at Mr. Kapow. That's MrKAPA. Like that. I do like that. Or you can also find me via my YouTube channel, which is called Fantastic Tales of Adventure, where some friends of mine has convinced me to do a little fundraising to raise some money for a stove/grill to perhaps do some cooking videos. So if you want to see me do some cooking videos, here I'm gonna post my coffee account. If I get at least half
shoot
the
it to
money,
me in Discord. I can put it in the thing.
Discord. Okay, I'll put it in the Discord then. If I get at least half of I need for it, I'll get it, and we'll have some cooking shows. Yeah. You can also find me on my Facebook page, which is facebook.com/MichaelPow-does-stuff, because I do a lot of stuff. Let's see. My current schedule is, I believe, Wednesdays, I am here for City of Mist at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Thursdays, I'm on Toyzilla Network for Toyzilla Live, where we talk about, toys and collectibles at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then every other Friday, I'm here again for Modern Age, where we play dimension hopping secret agents, and I'm playing Max, your totally awesome pizza delivery dude. Yeah, lots of places to find me, and especially having fun with these two guys. They're awesome.
Thanks, Michael. You're awesome too. Love having you. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for being a part of the family. Don't forget to check out Mr. Kapow's Ko-fi in the chat to support his aspirations of making cooking content. Thanks everyone for watching. Stay fresh. We'll see you next time.